Hello, hey everyone, how are you? Andy from the Bonnevilles here. Hope you're well on this Tuesday morning. Uh, yeah, I just wanted to have a wee word with you. Um, let you know how we're getting on, what we're getting up to. We played a couple of great gigs at the weekend. We played down in Dublin in the Thomas House. Thank you to the boys down there, Gyar, Gav, Kev, for looking after us, as always. We haven't played the Thomas House. I haven't played Dublin in quite a while, but we used to play at Thomas House more often than we do. So it was great to get back there. Good turnout. Delighted. Good crowd. Someone came over from Norway to see us, and then my cousin Barry turned up. He lives down there now. He's moving to he's in the process of moving to Connemara, but he lives down in Dublin at the minute. So I was delighted to see him. Yeah, it was great. Great gig actually. A lot of fun. Met a couple of different people, a couple of Americans asking us about going over to the US at some point. I don't know. We're working on that still. We'll see. Yeah, it was good. Do you like my mug? It's the Beatles. I like the Beatles. Then on Saturday we went up to the world famous Diamond Rock Club up in Hull there outside Ballymena, and it was quite packed actually. Early gig again. Well, Thomas House was like a 9 o'clock doors, and then there was no support. We were on 9:30, which it still works out a late enough night for us. I mean, we're still not getting home to 2 a.m. sort of a thing, but that's okay. We can live with that. And then the Diamond, we were supported by the Electric Vultures. They're fantastic. Really enjoyed them. And I bought their t-shirt, bought their merch. I've been wearing it over the weekend. I've just put it in the washing machine. Really nice design. I never buy other bands' merch because most other bands' merch isn't very good. But I love that design. It just jumped out at me. So I love being able to grab it. So if you get a chance to go and see them and grab their t-shirt, you should do that. Really good, nice guys, and again, well attended show. Very, very, it was packed, and get to see loads of people that we know, Pauline and Tusha and Finley and Freebs and Siobhan and all sorts of people. It was great. Again, somebody came over from England. That was weird too. Yeah, it happens. Like, it does quite a bit, I suppose, when you think about it. Yeah, some guy came over from England, Eric, I think his name was, and he he usually sees us play in Leamington, and he's going to be there when we play in Leamington when we start our UK tour next week. So we'll talk about that. Yeah, so that's our Irish dates over for now. We're working on. I think we're working on a Spanish tour and something else in Europe. We've to go over to Finland in May, I think it is, May or June. And then we've a few things happening on the continental Europe. Yeah, and then we're going to organise some more Irish dates because I really enjoyed playing at home. It's good. We don't do it anywhere near as much as we should. So we're going to organise some dates or some gigs for like down Cork, Galway, Kerry, Sligo, Mayo, and in the middle bit as well because we never play we never get to play in these places, and we really need to be playing there more. So yeah, so we're going to be doing that. And then So that's going to be for, I think we're going to Kilkenny Roots Festival. Pretty sure. I'll send a wee message out about that today. So I think we're booked for that. So I think I'd like to organise those Irish dates around Kilkenny Roots Festival, which is at the beginning of May. So that's not too far away. So that's good. What else? Recording. Yeah, we're recording a new album. And it's going well. I sat down to write. There's a couple of songs that I need to finish. And I sat down to write them. And I did yesterday. And I ended up writing another new song. Without finishing the ones that I needed to finish. So that's not helpful at all. It's okay though. It's all good. Yeah. So we start a UK tour next week. 6th of March. So that is, let me just check that. Is that Thursday? Wednesday. Wednesday, we're playing the McCool's in Glasgow. Yeah. So that's next Wednesday, we start the UK tour. Really can't wait. Really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be well attended. We're going to get the Reacher bounce. Because we definitely got... Remember when we got the music into the TV show, the BBC show, Blue Lights? Then we went on a UK tour. We definitely got a bounce from that. There's no doubt about it. And I expect we're going to get maybe a bigger one from Reacher, with it being a bigger show, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. There's the budgie yapping in the corner. So that starts next week. So go on to our website, thebonnevils.co.uk, and you can get all the details, all the ticket links, all the information that you need for that, to come and see us. We're going to play new songs. We debuted a couple of new songs over the weekend. So we're going to, I think, I would like to put maybe 4 new songs into the set. It's difficult because a set is, it's hard to design a good set, and there are some standards in there that they're in there and they're not going to go away, and then you get really, 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 really good at playing them and having a lot of fun with them. But on the other hand, you don't want to be playing the same thing all the time. Nobody wants that, and we've got 4 or 5 albums worth of back catalogue that we can dip in and out of, and we do. But I'd like to get 4 new songs into the set, but we'll see what happens. There'll definitely be 2. There's 2 for sure, and I'm hoping 4. And then we were talking as well about maybe a wee thing we could do later in the year when we get the album recorded. Before we release it, I'd like to do like a live playing the album, the new album, before it gets released. Just live from start to finish. Small venue though, like the Sunflower up in Belfast or somewhere like that. Just 50, 60, 70 tickets, something like that. And just debut the record from start to finish. Wouldn't that be good? I think we'd really like to do that. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. I'd like to do that. But anyway, so that's that. So, couple of things. Let me grab my guitar here. So, those of you that have been at our shows this past wee while will have noticed I've started to have wee gremlins and stuff creeping in to the set. Strings breaking happened down in Dundalk, and as I mentioned in the previous video, it almost ended in disaster when a very keen but useless fan tried to change the string. And it sort of fucked up our whole set really. It certainly fucked up my flow. But anyway, so and then we'd be playing a huddle on Saturday. My guitar strap kept falling. The guitar was falling off the guitar strap. It wouldn't. So I'll show you what that is. So I've bought all new equipment. I've all new gear coming, new straps, new strap locks. So I use these things. These are strap locks on my strap. See? And they're little spring loaded things here. And they pop onto the end so you can hear this. So it's nice and secure, right? And then and the reason I do that is, and then you pop them off, is because, as you know, if you've seen us, I sweat a lot whenever we play, and I am usually drenched, again, as most of you know who come to see us, and my guitars are drenched, and the strap is drenched. This is soaked, usually. And then, what do you do with your guitar strap when you're putting your guitar away? Where does it go? It goes into the guitar case, soaking wet. Not a good idea. Okay, so we don't do that. So that's why you always see, you've noticed I usually tie this around the handle of the guitar case that it belongs to. So, yeah, but anyway, so these started to feel, basically. Either the button on the guitar or these have started to feel. I've got three sets of these from 3 guitars that I use. So I decided I'm going to replace them all. So I bought myself a couple of nice new straps, very expensive ones, but they're very pretty. I'm very excited, and I got new strap buttons, new strap locks, and consequently means, and those of you who know, these are the straps I've been using for years. Dunlop webbing. Again, webbing. I can't use leather straps because they don't dry quick enough, and they tend to smell with the sweat. I know it's disgusting, but there you go. So these are Dunlop webbing ones that I used, and my friend Barry embroidered this in on all my straps a few years ago. So these are basically worn out now. They're done. And that's the other thing as well. They're starting to fray down at the strap end. So, oh God, I'm going to spill tea on myself. So it's time for them to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them away. I'm going to give them away to somebody. I don't know how I'm going to do it though. Randomly. Piece of merch. Piece of memorabilia. I mean, I've been using these straps for years now. So, I don't know. I'm going to think about it. They're a wee bit dull. They're not as sharp as they once were. Although, they're still functional. You could still use them if you wanted. If you were called handy, you could do that. So I'm going to do that at some point. And another thing I was asked about, somebody asked me for, my pocket is always full of guitar picks. So, this is just guitar wonkery. This is of absolutely no interest to most people. But these are the guitar picks I use. Again, Dunlop Yellow Tortex. These are my favourite pick. And I will show you. Give me a sec. So, this is what they look like when they're new, and I'll show you. And this is what they end up looking like. Do you see? So once I've been playing with them, and you know I'm quite aggressive on the old guitar. So I've always got a handful of these things, 5 or 6 that are just in my pocket, and they're no good like that. I don't like them like that. You don't get the. You can still use them. I mean, I was using these the other day, but once they start to get down to this, I throw them out. So someone was saying, well, why don't you sign them, and we'll put them into the merch, and we'll just randomly just give them to someone in their merch. It's cool, isn't it? It's nice. I like that. Because I go through loads of these. So I bought another like 36 of these. They come in packs of 12 for going on the UK tour, and I'll go through like 10, 12 of them, no bother at all. So yeah, well, no, maybe not 10, 12, maybe that's a bit much, but anyway, I'll end up with a handful. So I want to do that. It's another thing to add to the list of things to do. And then finally on my gear, I got a new pedal board as well, which is very nice. And somebody else has asked me to do a gear walkthrough and a pedal board walkthrough, which I keep meaning to do, but I always forget. So I'll do that for you. Now I've got my new fancy spanky new pedal board. So, and I put up a thing the other day about pickups. I needed a new pickup for my guitar, for both of my guitars. So I use Epiphone Sheritons. They're a gorgeous instrument. They're very, very nice, very, very well made. But for me, with playing the rock and blues that we play, garage style, the neck pick, it's a jazz guitar. It's actually built for jazz. That was the original intention. The neck pickup is too warm. It's not aggressive enough. So for rock and roll, the thing to do is to swap out the neck pickup. And I had a lovely custom pickup made for me there by the guys down at Apex Music down in Cookstown direction. And it was great, and it did me brilliant for years. But it was time to swap it out, and I did. So I asked you guys, give me some advice, do you have any opinions? And lots of people came back with fantastic suggestions. And I decided that what I was going to do was go with this. And this is a Tone Rider Rebel 90 P90 pickup. So I bought one, I fitted it to this my black Sheraton, and played around with it, and I love it very, very much. So I bought another one yesterday, and it should be with me maybe tomorrow, and I want to fit it to the other Sheraton, the tobacco burst one. So there you go. So I've got loads of new gear. Hopefully that will see off some of the gremlins, and Janie's going to do a wee pagan witchy blessing ceremony over my gear. Janie's a wee sort of druidy type person, and she does all that, and I love it. It makes me feel good. So she's going to do that over my gear, and if there's any wee gremlins in there, they'll be cast asunder. Right? So yeah, so there we go. And so we're all, basically what I'm trying to tell you is we're all good. We're all good for the tour, for the UK tour. Chris got a new drum skin, skull face drum skin for the bass drum, and yeah, so we're all good to go. And we're really excited and we can't wait, really looking forward to it. So, what else? I want to introduce you to a band. And I don't know if you a lot of you will know this band, and a lot of you won't. A lot of you might have heard of this band. Well, now's your time to go and find them, and I will make a recommendation of which record to buy first. The band is called Godspeed You Black Emperor. This is them. And they're a Canadian band, I have a fine collection of their work. I have 4 records of theirs, and they're brilliant. I love them. Instrumental. There's no vocals. It's just experimental. I don't know what the genre is, but whatever. I don't know what the genre would be. Post rock stuff. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? It's brilliant. It's absolutely beautiful music. Real slow burn stuff. Real just build. Everyone builds. Really, really gorgeous. So the reason that so this is a live record. This is the last record I bought of theirs. I think it was their last release. And one of the reasons that I love this band so much, apart from the music is fantastic, but one of the reasons, and whenever you put a record out as a musician, when you put a record out on vinyl, this is the gold standard of what you want to be doing. Right? This is it. Like, check this out. All their stuff is like this. And all the stuff on the label, they I think they own the label. They are the label as well. And they put out other people's stuff, and it's to this standard, right? So, check this out. This is gatefold, and it's all custom printed. So this is all printed by hand by somebody in an art space. Then this one, you've got this lovely inner sleeve with these photographs. And the vinyl is, again, labels all hand printed and heavyweight vinyl, 180 gram heavyweight vinyl. And then on the other sleeve, this one is a 10-inch record. This is a live, to tell you, this is a live album. This was recorded mostly live. So there's a little 10-inch record in there. Again, 2 beautiful photographs. And this, the inner notes, right? So I'm going to read you this because this is why I wanted to share this with you. And that's screen printed. Yeah. So I wanted to share this with you. So the record label is called Constellation Records. So this is the little blurb from the label. And I love this. This is why I wanted to do this. All titles available. They're talking about their label in general, right? All titles available on 180 gram audiophile vinyl, with just a few exceptions from the early years, and they're kept in print to the same artwork packaging standards as their first pressings. We only press on heavyweight black vinyl to the highest possible quality for longevity and optimal listening experience. Most titles available on CD in custom mini gatefold cardstock jackets. So if you want to get CD LPs, you can. All titles available digitally. Quantity discounts when you purchase multiple albums from the web shop, blah, 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 blah. Right, so no music released on Constellation is licensed to advertising. Isn't that fantastic? Because although, as a musician, I would personally love to see some of the Bonneville's music in adverts purely for the financial, the remuneration. It's not how we started out. When you start out, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be putting their music, well, nobody with credibility wants to be putting their music into adverts. But as the music industry has changed and the revenue streams have become tighter and tighter and tighter, it's quite often the only avenues left open to most of us. So that they still don't do that and they're not doing it is a credit to them. It is the dream, but it's increasingly impossible. And they mention that. So no music released on Constellation is licensed to advertising. Thank you to all label affiliated artists for taking and maintaining this stand, despite drastically declining revenues from the sale of recorded music over the years. Okay? Sustaining principled choices that aim to affirm some small inherent value for recorded musical works to stand alone and stand for themselves, to preserve their own identity, integrity, resonance, and narrative power is not getting any easier. And that's it in a nutshell. And then it goes on explaining more about the records that are available. And that to me is it in a nutshell. Music needs to exist on its own, not as standalone, not as a thing for selling shaving foam and Coca-Cola. You know, it needs to be its own thing. And the more that we move away from that, the less value it has in our culture. And that's the problem. So they do that, and they do it so beautifully. I can actually feel the ink on this. It's gorgeous. It's really, really nice. So go and check them out. So Godspeed You Black Emperor, and go and check out the label, Constellation. Get them on Bandcamp. Go straight to their Bandcamp, and if you go by Bandcamp, you buy direct from the label, direct from the artists often, and get any. I would recommend, my favourite album of theirs is this one, Alleluia, Don't Bend, Ascend, it's called. And again, just to show you, you'll buy these records and you will oh, sorry, that's a double. You'll treasure them. So this is a gatefold again. Yeah. You'll treasure them because they're works of art. Lovely insert. Big long insert there. Just beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. And whenever we release our music on vinyl, this is what you want to be doing. But this is very expensive to manufacture. So that's why we don't get to do that. But I did it with my Northern Gothic album. Those of you that know my solo album, Northern Gothic, again another nice gorgeous slab in there. There was hand screen printed inserts and all that, which I printed myself. I had to print fucking I can't remember 600 of those or something like that. It was a pain in the ass. It took me a week, but it was worth it. So whenever I got that opportunity to have a gatefold and heavyweight vinyl and do this, I took it. And thank you to Blues for the Red Sun and Robert and Carrie from that label for indulging me. In fact, not only indulging me, encouraging me. I thought they were going to, whenever I told them my idea, I thought they were going to tell me to piss off, but not a bit of it. They went, oh, absolutely, we'll do that. So thank you guys for that. So there you go. So go and check them out. You won't regret it. It's experimental. Not what you might expect from the Bonnevilles, but we have a very broad palette in Casa Bonneville. So yeah, so there we go. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. I think we're covered. I'll probably do another little update for you. We're going to be going into the studio later in the week. And I'll probably do another little update for you just before we head off to Scotland to start the UK tour. And as always, visit thebonnevilles.co.uk for the tickets and the links and the gigs and the things, and I'll get these merch items up on sale. Let me know about these straps. I've got two of these. I've got three of these actually. See if anybody wants one, what I should do with them. I don't know what to do with them. I don't think it's fair to just randomly sort of assign them, or is that wouldn't be the best way? I don't know. Anyway, and then we're going to do these things with the picks as well. So okay, that's us. Bye bye everybody. Love yous all, and We'll see you out in the road.